definition of inflation is increases in the supply of money, because that is the distortion. It wrecks the economy because it gives you false information about what interest rates are. They give you lower interest rates than they should be, and then we have all the ramifications of malinvestment that comes from this. Now, yes, 2 to 3% inflation. Let's say the Milton Friedman advocated increase the money supply by 3% and we can live with it. And then, oh, okay, prices are going to go up 3%, your wages are going to go up 3%, and your cost of living is going up 3%. It doesn't happen that way. Inflation causes a maldistribution of the price increases. Poor people in the middle class have higher inflation rates than Wall Street. Wall Street benefits by it because they get all the money and they do these buyouts and all these deals that they make, and they make billions, and they get the money, use the money first. The money circulates. The poor people now end up with an inflation rate of 15% because of their medical care costs up, education costs are higher, and they end up suffering a lot more. So if it were equal, if everybody's prices would go up at 3% and the money supply went up 3%, of course there'd be no need to increase the money supply because under a gold standard, the money supply goes up about 3% anyway. And that would be quite adequate. But once you get involved, even if you tried to regulate it at 3%, you would have to have full trust and faith and confidence in this authority of the government to live how they promise to live. The politicians tend to spend too much and then they'll go to 4%. Oh, we better go to 4%, and then they will abuse it. So the true gold standard means that you as an individual can always check it out. You would not have gold circulating, but if you had credits or certificates, if you're not trusting the government, if you think the government's printing too many certificates, you can always go to the bank and say, I want to see something of real value. That holds the government in check. But my position isn't closing down the Fed in one day and is not going back to the gold standard. My position is just legalize the Constitution. Let gold and silver circulate as legal tender. Get rid of all the taxes, the sales taxes and the capital gains taxes. Make sure you can settle your disputes in ounces of gold rather than in Federal Reserve notes. And if you like Federal Reserve notes and like the inflation and don't think it's too bad, you can deal with it. But if somebody else doesn't want to buy a 30-year bond, figuring that, yeah, my kids are going to go to college, I'm going to buy a 30-year bond and this is going to be perfect, and I'll have purchasing power, the cost of education won't go up, and the value of the money is going up, and boy, I'm going to be well off. Or you might go to a savings account and buy a bond in gold. And you might only make 1% or 2%, but it just might be that gold might keep up with the cost of living. You know, the cost of education may be going up at 10%. The gold is going to go up. So all I want to do is legalize competition in currencies because it would be disruptive in the monetary field just to close down the Fed. But eventually that would be the goal. Thank you very much.